During receiving, a manager finds packages of produce with noticeable water condensation on the exterior. Which action should be taken? A. Accept the delivery if the produce appears fresh. B. Store the items separately for later use. C. Reject the delivery due to potential temperature abuse. D. Notify the supplier and use the items immediately. Answer: C. Condensation on packaging signals possible temperature abuse, which can encourage pathogen growth, therefore, the delivery should be rejected. A food handler is washing their hands in a sink also used for food preparation. What is the main risk? A. Cross-contamination of food contact surfaces. B. Reduced cleaning efficiency. C. Increased water waste. D. Damage to the sink's finish. Answer: A. Using a sink not designated for handwashing can transfer contaminants to surfaces that contact food. A food handler with a minor cut is preparing a salad. What is the proper protocol? A. Use a bandage and proceed without gloves. B. Report the injury and refrain from work. C. Cover the cut with an impermeable dressing and wear a single-use glove. D. Ignore the injury if it appears minor. Answer: C. Properly covering any open wound with an impermeable barrier and then using a glove prevents contamination of ready-to-eat foods. After accidentally dropping a bimetallic stem thermometer, a kitchen worker continues using it. What should have been done? A. Wipe it off and continue. B. Use it only for non-critical measurements. C. Recalibrate it using the ice point method before reuse. D. Replace it immediately without testing. Answer: C. Dropping a thermometer can affect its accuracy, so it must be recalibrated using the ice point method to ensure reliable readings. TCS food stored without proper date marking has been held for more than 24 hours. What is the correct action? A. Relabel the items with the current date and use them immediately. B. Use the food if it still looks acceptable. C. Monitor the temperature and serve it quickly. D. Discard the food because it exceeds safe holding times. Answer: D. Without correct date marking, TCS food that exceeds the safe holding period must be discarded to ensure safety. Frozen meat is delivered with visible signs of thawing, ice crystals and bulging packages. What should be done? A. Accept the meat and refreeze it immediately. B. Use it only for cooking at higher temperatures. C. Inform the supplier for future deliveries only. D. Reject the delivery because of temperature abuse. Answer: D. Thawing indicators suggest temperature abuse, which compromises food safety. The meat must be rejected. Mid-shift, a food handler begins vomiting. What is the appropriate action? A. Exclude them from food handling immediately and notify supervisory staff. B. Provide a brief rest and monitor them. C. Allow them to continue on non-food tasks. D. Have them wash hands more frequently and resume work. Answer: A. Food handlers exhibiting vomiting must be immediately excluded from food contact areas to prevent potential contamination. A food handler has been wearing the same pair of single-use gloves for over 4 hours while handling ready-to-eat food. What should be done? A. Discard the gloves and replace them with a new pair. B. Rinse the gloves with sanitizer and keep using them. C. Continue using the gloves until the end of the shift. D. Only change gloves if they become visibly soiled. Answer: A. Single-use gloves should be replaced after 4 hours or if contaminated to avoid pathogen transmission. A chef partially cooks meat for a later dish but exceeds the 60-minute limit for the initial cooking cycle. What should have been done? A. Extend the initial cooking time further. B. Keep the meat at room temperature until finishing. C. Cool the meat immediately after a maximum of 60 minutes of initial cooking. D. Reheat it slowly without cooling. Answer: C. To minimize bacterial growth, the partial cooking cycle must not exceed 60 minutes, the food must be promptly cooled. A menu lists a dish containing raw TCS ingredients. What is required for this item? A. Nothing extra, it's just a specialty dish. B. A consumer advisory indicating the increased risk of food-borne illness. C. A disclaimer on the menu about preparation methods. D. A note that the dish is only served upon request. Answer: B. When raw or undercooked TCS ingredients are used, the menu must include a consumer advisory regarding the food-borne illness risk. A hot holding unit is operating at 130 degrees Fahrenheit. What is the concern with this temperature? A. It might cause the food to dry out. B. It falls below the required minimum for hot TCS food. C. It wastes energy. D. It is ideal for cold foods. Answer: B. Hot TCS food must be held at 135 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. 130 degrees Fahrenheit is too low, allowing bacterial growth. While carrying glasses on a tray, a server accidentally touches the rim of a glass. What risk does this create? A. The glass may break. B. The drink might spill. C. Cross-contamination of the food contact surface. D. The tray might become unbalanced. Answer: C. Touching the rim, the food contact surface, can transfer contaminants, which is a serious food safety concern. An uncovered condiment packet is left on a table after service. What should be done with it? A. Return it to the service line if it appears clean. B. Sanitize and reuse it for the next customer. C. Discard it immediately. D. Set it aside for inspection later. Answer: C. Once a condiment packet has been exposed, it must be discarded to prevent contamination. While developing a HACCP plan for a new menu item, what is the first step in the process? A. Set up critical limits. B. Determine corrective actions. C. Establish monitoring procedures. D. Conduct a hazard analysis. Answer: D. The first HACCP principle is to conduct a hazard analysis to identify potential risks. During a facility inspection, a manager notices that floor-mounted equipment is installed directly on the floor. What is the correct requirement? A. It should be covered with a disposable barrier. B. It must be elevated at least 6 inches off the floor or sealed to a masonry base. C. It may remain if cleaned regularly. D. It should be relocated to a different room. Answer: B. Proper installation requires that floor-mounted equipment be elevated or sealed to prevent contamination from the floor. A dishwashing machine is not reaching the temperature needed for sanitizing utensils. What should be the corrective action? A. Increase the detergent concentration. B. Recalibrate and verify the machine's temperature settings. C. Use hand sanitizer on utensils after washing. D. Replace the machine immediately. Answer: B. The correct approach is to ensure the machine is maintained properly by recalibrating and verifying its settings per manufacturer guidelines. A shipment of food in reduced oxygen packaging, ROP, needs a temperature check. How should a thermometer be used? A. Fully open the package to insert the probe. B. Shake the package to mix the contents before checking. C. Rely on the supplier's temperature documentation. D. Insert the probe between the packages or fold the packaging around it without puncturing. Answer: D. For ROP food, the thermometer must be used without puncturing the packaging, by inserting it between or folding the package around the probe. A power outage affects a refrigeration unit holding TCS food. What should be done immediately? A. Leave the food in the unit until power is restored. B. Transfer the food to an alternative temperature-controlled unit and monitor it. C. Discard all the food without checking. D. Wait 2 hours before taking action. Answer B. To prevent bacterial growth, TCS food must be moved promptly to a functioning, temperature-controlled unit. A food handler is frequently using their cell phone while preparing food. What is the main concern with this behavior? A. It increases the risk of transferring pathogens from the phone to food contact surfaces. B. It reduces overall efficiency. C. It violates company policy on distractions. D. It may cause battery issues. Answer A. Personal devices like cell phones can harbor pathogens and, if handled during food prep, can contaminate surfaces and food. While labeling packaged food for retail sale, which information is not required by regulation? A. The common name of the food. B. The quantity of the food. C. The manufacturer's or distributor's name and address. D. The food's caloric content. Answer D. Labels must include the food's common name, quantity, ingredients, and allergen information, but not the caloric content. When measuring the temperature inside a refrigerated unit, where should the thermometer be placed for the most accurate safety check? A. In the coldest area of the unit. B. Near the door. C. In the warmest area of the unit. D. At the unit's center. Answer C. Positioning the thermometer in the warmest spot ensures the entire unit is maintained at or below safe temperatures. In salad preparation, a chef uses the same cutting board for raw chicken and leafy greens without cleaning it in between. What is the risk? A. Extended preparation time. B. Cross-contamination of ready-to-eat food with pathogens from raw meat. C. Damage to the board's surface. D. Aesthetic issues in presentation. Answer B. Using the same cutting board without proper cleaning can transfer harmful pathogens from raw chicken to ready-to-eat foods. A shipment of shellfish arrives with identification tags. How long must these tags be maintained on file? A. 30 days. B. 60 days. C. 90 days. D. 120 days. Answer C. Shellstock identification tags must be kept on file for 90 days from the date the last shellfish is used. A manager notices that employees are not required to report even mild health symptoms before working. Which component is compromised? A. Personal hygiene practices. B. Policies for reporting health issues. C. Equipment maintenance protocols. D. Uniform and attire guidelines. Answer B. Effective food safety programs require robust policies for reporting health issues so that sick employees can be excluded from work. During a facility inspection, gaps are found around windows and doors. What pest prevention measure should be implemented? A. Increase daily pesticide use inside the building. B. Seal gaps and install air curtains at entry points. C. Permanently close all windows. D. Ignore the gaps if no pests are visible. Answer B. Sealing gaps and installing air curtains help deny pests access, which is a key element of an effective pest management program.